Okay, so the next step in our Salem Mini-Q, we're going to be looking at page number 99 of your packet, which is titled Understanding the Question and Pre-Bucketing. Now, a couple of things on understanding the question. What this is referring to, it's referring to understanding the question that's asked by the Mini-Q. So for every Mini-Q that we do, the understanding the question section and the pre-bucketing is going to be referring to the question that the Mini-Q is asking. And in this instance, if you look back at the title page of your Mini-Q, the Mini-Q question is, what caused the Salem witch trial hysteria of 1692? So always, 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 when we're working on a Mini-Q, the question that appears underneath understanding the question, question number one, what is the analytical question? The answer to that question will always be the title of the Mini-Q that we're working on. In this instance, then, the analytical question that's asked by this Mini-Q is, what caused the Salem witch trial hysteria of 1692? Question number two asks, what terms in the question need to be defined? And this is important because it's referring to the terms in the analytical question. The whole purpose of the Mini-Q is to answer the analytical question, what caused the Salem witch hysteria of 1692? So we need to make sure that we understand all of the terms that appear in the question. Now let's take a look back at the front page of the Mini-Q. Front page of your Mini-Q is going to be on page number 91. What caused the Salem witch trial hysteria of 1692? And question two in the understanding of the question is asking you which term, if any of these terms, need to be defined. And clearly, probably the toughest word on there, the word that we are probably least familiar with as 7th graders, is probably hysteria. So what term in the Mini-Q question needs to be defined? You probably want to put hysteria here and then check your Quizlet.com vocab list and your vocab terms and define the term hysteria under question number 2 here, and use a complete sentence if you would. And lastly, under the understanding the question section, I'd like you to rewrite the question in your own words. That is the analytical question or the topic question of the Mini-Q. I'd like you to take a couple of moments and rewrite the question in your own words. I'll start it for you on this particular Mini-Q. What caused the panic and alarm that led to, and from there you fill in the blanks. What caused the panic and alarm that led to the fill in the blank in rewriting the question? This is to make sure that you understand the question that's being asked by the Mini-Q. And the last section before we start looking at document analysis and looking at each of the 5 documents is our pre-bucketing. And what we're going to do is, using clues from the Mini-Q question, we're going to write down pre-labels for the buckets. Now these labels will change once we analyze the documents and once we're ready to start working on our essay. But in the pre-bucketing exercise, our next task is going to be, using clues from the Mini-Q question, write down labels for the buckets. And the question that is being asked by the Mini-Q is, what caused the Salem witch trial hysteria of 1692? So clearly, the buckets are going to be labeled causes. What caused the Salem witch trial hysteria of 1692? You're going to want to label this bucket, bucket 1, perhaps cause 1. Second bucket here, cause 2. And the third bucket, cause 3. These are our pre-bucketing labels. And again, we're coming up with those labels using clues from the Mini-Q. The Mini-Q question is asking for specific causes of the Salem witch trial hysteria. So we're going to write down label cause 1, cause 2, and cause 3.